guess the word cloud can be confusing to some people. So, cloud has two attributes to it. You can deliver traditional cloud services, which are hosted services or managed services, we've seen them before, but in a cloudy type way. But also there's the internet cloud services around the new based applications that run in the internet itself. So it's a different type of protocol and requires a different type of architecture. So hopefully here they'll see that EMC recent investment in the software-defined data centers is all about enabling customers and partners to deliver services in those two different types of ways.
So Viper is EMC's product for software-defined storage. It's a new platform from EMC, and we believe it's actually the first truly comprehensive platform for software-defined storage in the industry.
Backup's a big subject, and we understand that people can't get enough information in 30 minutes, so we've broken it down into 2 or 3 different tracks. We've got a track that talks just about protecting your applications, how we integrate backup and archive applications with the application that maybe runs your business. And also we understand that many of our customers are now using virtualized storage. So we've got a track dedicated to how you protect virtual environments. Virtual environments change the way you need to do backup and archive. So it's a real game changer. People need to understand that virtual environments do disrupt a traditional backup system. So this is a very important track for those customers who are virtualizing.
So I guess in the hardware platform, the new VNX next generation platform has been announced this month, and the people have seen it here in the workshops. So this is all about leveraging the cores inside a processor, getting more out of less. So EMC's continual drive to deliver more from less is exemplified by MCX, which is our new operating system for VNX. So people should certainly go along and look at that. It's all about density, the amount of workloads, the amount of VMs that you can run in a VNX now is almost 30% higher than it was previously. So they should certainly try to understand that platform.
It's about the future of the data center. And if you think about data centers and the technology that you put into a data center, there's basically 3 parts to it. There's the compute, the networking, and the storage. And if you think about compute, we've actually made a lot of progress on software-defined compute. That is what VMware has been doing for years. You abstract out the hardware, you make all the hardware look the same to every application. If you look at networking, we see that happening more and more with companies like Nicira that allow you to program the network. But storage really has been the hardest nut to crack. And the reason is because storage is where you store your data, so it's very tricky. It requires a lot of care in how you handle it. And as a result, if you look at today's data centers, what you find in a typical data center is you have a variety of different storage platforms that require a lot of hand-holding. And so what Viper does is it does the same thing for storage that VMware did for compute, and that we see more and more happening for networking. Basically, a way to abstract all of your storage into a logical form that you can program, so you get software-defined storage. And once you get that, your entire data center is programmable, and you get a software-defined data center.
We understand that our customers may be using the same backup system for the last 15, 20, some customers 30 years, and they wouldn't have changed away from how they've done backup. It's a real wrench to try and move that technology into a new way. Often it needs a driver. So we're here to try and advise people that, yeah, backup may not get all the budget, but there comes a time when actually it needs to be foremost in their decision cycle. Otherwise, applications that the business want to run simply won't be developed on time.
Cloud is the biggest thing we've made our investment in. So recently we've acquired various companies around Flash. So Extreme.io is actually coming out this quarter. We've got Scale.io, which is another acquisition we've made. You'll see more of that shortly. And this is all about driving performance in a hosted-based cloud application service. And then our launch of Viper, which enables us to join traditional cloud infrastructure to internet-based cloud infrastructures. And you'll see a lot more of that coming out in the next few weeks.
I think the future of storage in this industry is really about the software-defined data center. And this year with Viper, we've started that journey. But if you think about next year we will really take that to the next level. So I think I would really encourage people who couldn't come this year to come next year, because they're going to hear a whole new story about how we take data centers forward.
Big data transforms the way we store our data and how we protect our data. Many customers of ours simply find they cannot protect all of that data through a backup cycle. So they had to start thinking about archiving, using storage that doesn't need to be backed up, that's replicated. Backup really does try and help people live with big data environments, but there comes a point when actually archive kicks in and you need to say, right, we're going to need to archive some of this data because we simply don't have the time or the capacity to back it all up on a daily basis.